Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. We are going to sew in the signatures into our soft spine journal today, and I just have some wax thread. I have a hole punch. You probably don't even need it because there's not very many pages. I have some scrap pieces of paper together and my long, they call this a doll needle, D-O-L-L, and it's nice and skinny. But I think I tried 3 signatures. I didn't like the look of it. So I think there's 13 or 14 pages, and it's just scrap pieces of paper. I just went and grabbed a bunch of stuff. Some coffee dyed paper. Bird. I was counting. 9, 10, book page 11, 12, 13 pages in each signature, and I just tried to make them as big as what I needed. And so because it's a soft cover, it's quite easy to find the middle. I just made my corners even, laid it down, and then I just press with my finger to get a line for center. You can mark it, you can use a ruler, you can use your grid, but if you see there's the line there for my center. You can use one of these. These are, it says it's erasable fast fade, but I noticed this is the part you mark with, and then you can use this side to take it away. So it's great for sewing and stuff. So let's see, I'm gonna use it just, and I think my camera is a bit closer as well so that you can see what I'm doing. It's very easy. So we have our center line. I don't have a ruler. I don't have nothing. So I'm just going to wing it. Usually when I do big journals, I will put my holes, half inch, and then somewhere in the middle. But because it's smaller, I'm going to come down a bit more, and I'm just going to, oh, I don't even know if it works. That's funny. Yep, it works there. And then, and I'm just eyeballing. I'm just trying to make sure that I can see the marks, just like that. And then I'll come down. And then, yeah, this thing, obviously, I don't use it because you can't even see. I can just barely see the mark. And so I'm going to be there. And then trying to get centered anyway. And this is the center, so I'm just going to make sure I can see my holes. All right. All right. You can clip these together. I'm hoping that it'll be easy because it is just a small signature. And I'm just going to do it like this, and then you can see where the holes are, just like that. So let's make the holes. Very easy. It's just one piece of fabric. So there's our holes. Make sure it's straight. Where were they? I'm going to come up actually just a little bit. So this is really winging it. So yep, and they look straight. All right, Okay, so then you can mark your signature. I'm doing this right from scratch because I know there's a lot of new people, and I just try to make sure I have the same amount at the top and the bottom. And oh, I didn't grab a pencil. One sec, my thing's right here. I brought my card out with me this morning, so that's good. So the holes right there, and right there. Okay, so then I'll take the top one off, put it into the center. This is how I do my big ones as well. You can do a template if you want with paper, and then use that to mark so you don't have to do this part. But I don't mind doing this part. All right, so then there, and it's pretty easy to go through because there's not a lot of pages. There we go, just like that. Okay. And then I do 3 times the length. Oh, where'd my pen go? My needle. Where is my needle? Oh my goodness, Brenda. I'll find it probably as soon as I start with a new one. But that's okay. Let's just do it. Keep it rolling. I'm not gonna let it deter me. So, all right, so then this one I'll put back on the front because that's where it came from. All right. Through the middle, and it'll be the back one. So it's going through. Soft spine journals are a lot of fun. I really like them. Put it through. Can be fiddly, but I mean, even hardcover journals can be fiddly. So, oh, my pages decided they were going to have issue. That's all right. We'll just bring them back in line. All right. As long as your center, as long as the thread stays in the center, if I can grab it, then it's all good. And then just put this back through this hole. But yeah. But gives you lots of leeway to do what you're doing. And then I just wiggle. But once they're all together, then it's going to be all right. But this one's decided it's going to have issue. There's always one, isn't there? One in every crowd. So there we go, just like that. And then I'm just going to get to the front and hold this. I'm going to pull it. It's a little wonky right now, but it's all right. It's going to be all good. Then you go through the bottom hole. Where is it? There it is. The marks are gone, so it's hard to see the little hole. So there's that. Sorry, I have to pick it up. I'm gonna go back through the middle. Just a standard 3-hole pamphlet stitch, just the same as the rest. So it wants to go through the pages, which is great. We'll see which page it stops at, or maybe I'll be lucky and it'll go right through the middle. It's not going to. All right. I'm a little shaky, so it's not helping my situation whatsoever. So I'm just trying to see what page it went through. Almost to the center one, but that's okay. Let's do it. There we go. And I'm just checking to see if it went through the threads. Let me see here. I think it did. So wax thread is pretty easy. You just pull it out. And then there you go. And then you just make sure that these are on either side. Give it a nice tug because you want to make sure that it's going to be tight, but you don't want to tear your pages either. And just do that. And I'm going to leave them long. I don't know if I'll add any dangles to them or anything, but just cut off that excess. All right, so there's one. Now let's do the other one. It's almost gone, this stuff, but that's okay. I usually get it from Amazon. Okay. And so we'll do the exact same thing. Just going to take this outside one, fold it in, stick it in the middle, make sure my pages are aligned and where I want them to go. And then I'll just make the holes. I can't really see the marks where I made. Let me use this. Oh, that is the mark, okay. I was a little confused there. Anyway, I'm gonna do something different. Nope. I'm just going to remark. Right there, and right there. That's better. I didn't want to make a mistake, you know. So there we go. Right there, I'm just poking my holes. Good, and I'll pop it back on the outside. And for those of you who like to have things clipped, oh, and look, there's my other needle. It figures, right? It really does. Okay, so let's get into our first hole there. Try to keep a long enough tail. There, that little mark stayed, so it's easy enough to find. So now, with them being clipped together, maybe it will be a little easier to, nope. I was hoping it would be easier to get into. So, and you'd think with such little pages that it would just, you know, you just whip them in and be done. Nope, not today. And it's only because I'm on camera. that it's that way. Pop it in to this last hole there, and then we'll come up through the center again. Okay. Back through the center. Plus my room is boiling hot. It's like 30 degrees outside. It is just so warm. There. I went through the thread when I went through the hole first time, so there we go. Well, that was a little easier this time. There we go, and I don't think I went through the thread this time. Nope. So there we go. Sorry if that was a little painful to watch. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's done, and then you can just decorate. So that should be nice and tight now. I just don't want to tear the page. I've done that before. I have torn pages before by pulling too hard. But I mean, it happens. So let's see. And so there is our little beauty. There's the spine. And if you don't like that, just trim it. I might. I thought I had trimmed it well enough, but it still has a little bit to go. And so there we go. There's our little journal. So fun. And then you just train your pages, you know, to open nicely. I just grab a few pages and just go down like that. And then there's the back. So cute. But yeah, I like that it'll lay flat, and you can just draw, you can write, you can add pictures, all the usual stuff that we like to do in our journals, right? Decorate. I have, what do I have here? Just gonna move this out of the way since we're done with that. I have some little tags. I have some of these that we had made the other day. Let's see what I have here. I can just add some tags. Before I started the video, I just brought out a bunch of my ephemera just to see what I had. But I just want to add a few things, maybe. Nice stamp. Put that in the corner. I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac. It's what I was using earlier today, so. But you can put in another piece of lace on here if you wanted, you know, if you want to cover up your stitching. But I don't think I will for that. And then I just grabbed some of this eyelash trim. This isn't eyelash trim, but I don't know what it's called. It's what I have. So there we go. I'm just gonna add it into the top of the tag here. Grab both. It can be tricky sometimes because it's so thin, and then the little hairs like to come off. But there we go. It just adds a little decoration at the top. Cute. And then I have these, and I did test to see if they would fit, and they do. And then I have this one here. I know it has a tab at the side, but it did go in because it was wide enough. So just like that. And then what do I have here? I've got some of these from, these are our altered flashcards that we had made, and that can fit in the pocket. You can put a tab there if you want, you know, have a dangle off of it. Oh, I never thought of that. I did grab some of my stuff to maybe do something with, but then, yeah. Sometimes I change my mind. And so that can go in. You can have it sticking out. I love the gold paint. And it just kind of hangs out like that. And then these two pockets. Oh, I have this. It was a plain one. I just added book page to it and a bird. That's one of Took's birds. And that should fit right in. Pockets are fiddly, of course, because it's a soft covered journal, but I like that how that hangs out. Just like that. But I mean, you can put tabs on everything and have everything like hanging out on the sides and stuff. So this one's nice. Let's pop that one in there. I had other stuff in here, I know, but then you get doing it and it changes, right? And so there we go. I have these little Tim Holtz called Curator. They are awesome. And they are tiny, which I like. But now you can just decorate to your heart's content. Just add things and add things. Let me see, I have some. Oh, look at that, I have some blue wallpaper ones. I might, I don't know, let's see. And then that can stick out. Oh, why not? Let's do it. But the decorating is fun. That's when you can just let yourself go and you can add whatever you like to all of it. You can get as fancy as you like, as plain as you like. You can just bling it up. But you can do these for, you know, if you want to give somebody a birthday present. This would be so fun to give someone as a gift. Have a couple of signatures in your other pockets. You could have a gift card in a pocket. You could have put a little note in the bigger pocket, you know, just have some little elements for that person that you are giving to. So, oh, I like that one. Take that. I know, well, it already has a tab on it, doesn't it? So I don't want to redo it. I don't want to add something else. So I'll just leave it hanging out a little bit, just so that you can see something is there. And then we have this. This is hanging out. That's so cute. And then this is a tuck spot. Let's add something in there. I'm going to put some different things in there from what I showed the other day. That was just to show you, you know, that they're pockets and things can be added. And these are beautiful. Let's pop a few of these in here. So this, of course, is going to end up a giveaway, just because that's what I do. All right, and I never added an extra little pocket on this one, did I? So tuck spots, pockets, I have that in there. All right, so this is finishing up our project from the other day. What do you think? You can let me know in the comments below if you like soft spine journals, if you've ever made one. I hope you do. You know, if it interests you, just make one, have fun with it, and they can be any size you want. I just wanted to make a smaller journal, and I really like it. It's a little flimsy, but if you see, as I, you know, whoever has this can add pockets now and tuck spots inside the signatures, and there's room to grow. I just felt if I'd put a third signature in there, it would have been way too many pages, and you can't expand it much. So anyway, let me know what you think of that. That was very enjoyable. All right, so I'm going to have another pop-up giveaway. And this week's winner is Catherine Eastwood and Beverly Nielsen. And I chose Beverly's name because the lady from last week, I have not heard from her. So I'm going to be sending it out. If I happen to hear from her, then, you know, I'll end up sending to her as well. But these are our winners. So congratulations, Catherine and Beverly. And as soon as I know that our postal service is not going to go on strike, and I know that for a fact, then I'm going to be sending out everyone's envelopes. I'm keeping a list of the winners, and I'm getting the envelopes ready. So as soon as there's confirmation that it's not going to happen, then I'll send them all out. But either way, everything's going to be ready. Okay? Thanks so much for hanging out, everyone. God bless, and enjoy your weekend. Take care. Bye for now.